when I was starting my business, I would see other calligraphers and I would compare my work to theirs. But as an artist, as a creator, you can't compare yourself to other people. I never want people to like see my work and say, she's so good, I wish I can be as good as her. No, you can be as good as me with your own style. It's not healthy to compare your work to somebody else's because what you do is unique to you.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Rosie and I'm the creator of the Craft Academy as well as the artist behind Wander Crafter, where I do all things luxury engraving and I teach people as well. Today I have someone super special. Her name is Kristin from Kreative Blends Studio, and she is one of the OGs of the Craft Academy, so I'm super excited to bring her on and kind of talk about her transformation. Kristin is literally a badass. Like, she is actually a calligrapher in Chicago who has worked for amazing brands like Meta, Nordstrom, Tory Burch, Swarovski, Athleta, and Freshnette. She's also been able to transform her business from making $3,000 of profit in 1 year to about $12,000 in profit in 1 year as a side hustle. So that is a huge accomplishment in my eyes. Before we dive into that, if you guys have not heard about the Craft Academy yet, it is a coaching program where we help calligraphers create, scale, and automate their calligraphy businesses so that they can fully gain the financial freedom that they truly desire so that they can live the life that they've designed. I started my business back in 2017 and I've made so many mistakes that I wasted so much time and money. And because of that, I've actually made it my life mission to help other creatives and calligraphers create a business that is truly authentic to them so that they can live the life that they've designed. All right, so let's dive into it. I am super excited to welcome Kristin from Kreative Blends Studio.
Hey, Rosie girl.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks for asking.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to have you on here.
Woo-hoo.
You and I have been friends for a little over 2 years now. It's 2.5 years, right?
Yep.
It's been a little bit. I'm super excited to like see where you are, catch you up for, have everyone catch up to you and like kind of figure out where things are going for you right now. But before we dive into that, can you give us a brief overview of your like CEO story?
Absolutely. I'm going to just introduce myself really quickly. My name is Kristin Andrews, and I'm the owner and founder of Kreative Blends Calligraphy Studio, located here in Naperville, Illinois, which is a western suburb about 40 minutes away from the city of Chicago. And I create elevated luxury experiences for brands and special events through calligraphy and engraving. And I'm so very happy to be here. My business did not start off as a business. It started off as me just doing something at my son's basketball practices. I saw it on Instagram when Instagram was first like coming out, and I'm like, oh, that's cute. Like, I've always been creative my entire life. When I was younger, we used to color rainbows all over the place, including my mother's walls. So I just everywhere was a canvas for me. So again, I picked up this love of calligraphy from watching YouTube videos and Instagram feeds. And I'm just like, I think I can do that. I spent a ton of money on Tombow brush pens, not knowing how to properly use them. So I have also made mistakes in the beginning. But I am so glad to be a part of being a member of TCA where I don't have to make these mistakes anymore. So I turned my business, or actually side hobby, into a business October of 2020, or 2020? Yes, 2020, in the middle of the pandemic. So I met Rosie. I think you found me somehow on Instagram, and I'm just like, what? What's going on? I could do what now? But I know I had to take a bet on myself. So I am so glad I'm here.
Yeah, and we're super happy to have you as well. So we started the Craft Academy together back in January of 2021. And I honestly could not believe that she took a leap of faith on me for me to be her mentor. So that is a huge compliment. And I am still eternity grateful every single day because you helped me create the Craft Academy. And like, it wouldn't be today without you. So.
Oh, girl, don't make me cry up here because I'm sensitive.
Okay, so let's talk about like the beginnings of Kreative Blends Studio. I know you started off in your basement. How much were you charging back then?
Ooh, Rosie, you gonna go there. Okay, so I was charging $25 because I was doing tumblers. That's all I was doing. I was doing tumblers. I was doing t-shirts, charging like $10, $15. But again, I was just learning the craft. Like I wasn't too familiar with calligraphy and I didn't know like the ins and outs like I do now. So I guess you can say pricing at that point made sense because I didn't understand the rules and everything that came with calligraphy plus engraving. But yes, I started off in my basement. I had two tables, kind of like how I do here in my studio. And as I began to grow and scale my business, that meant more supplies, that meant more materials. And I saw myself expanding and also becoming a little claustrophobic in my basement. And I'm like, my husband's looking at me like, okay, what are we doing here? I'm like, I need this. I need all these paints. I need this, that, and the other, all these brushes, all these pens. I needed it all. And I said to myself, okay, I need to also take security seriously too, because I would meet, certain clients to pick up their orders from my home. So I said to myself, I need to stop doing this. In this day and age, you need to be more careful. You definitely need to be more careful. So from my basement, I'm still in my basement. However, I got an address at the UPS store. So I had like this small little box at the UPS store in Romeoville. And I was using that for about a year. Then I said to myself, this still isn't it. Like I need more. So I took a leap of faith and I now have studio space here in Naperville, in a co-working space within a building here in Naperville. And I love it. It's like my little, as I look around, it's like my little happy place. Like I have a neon sign right here. I have like signage all over the place. You can see it behind me. I also go here to escape. I love my family, but I go to escape them as well. And plus just being in silence sometimes helped me to be creative. So I spend a lot of time here, especially on the weekends. I meet clients here. I have a wonderful business manager here who will allow my clients to come in and pick up orders. Like I had this one client about a month ago she had a bunch of boxes here. And I'm like, I'm unable to, make it to my office today because I do work a 9 to 5 too. So I'm balancing that as well. My business manager, I gave her the permission to come in, open my door. My client came in, grabbed her boxes. And I love that. I love the simplicity of that and just having someone on site that can do things like that for me. So I've been here, I think it'll be 2 years in September of this year when I moved in. And I love it. I really do love it here. It was a really, really good investment. I am paying rent here, but this is a business expense. However, just being here, it just makes it official. It's like that stamp of approval, that seal, like this is mine. This is my business. And going from watching myself grow from a basement in my home to now space where I meet people, it's beyond my wildest dreams.
That is such an awesome origin story. Like the origin of Kreative Blends Studio is just literally like, it fills my heart because I have seen it every step of the way. And really like kind of nurtured you through that. So like, it's so awesome to see you go from like the basement doing vinyl stuff, selling tumblers for $25, to now having a full-on studio space where you can host meetings and meet clients and stuff like that. And it just makes things feel so much more official. And, like, honestly, like I look at your story and I always forget that this is just a side hustle for you. Like you have a full-time job, like you have a 9 to 5 where like, that's where most of your time goes. In addition, you have kids and like a family. So it's like the
just
the
call me
12,000 I
octopus.
know might not sound like a lot, but like you're literally everywhere, and the amount of time that you spend on your business, like it still blows my mind because you balance so much and you're still able to pull such a great profit to help support you and your family.
Yes. Yeah. I really love it. It's a passion. And when it comes to being passionate about something, you're going to make time for it. My family knows, like my family is amazed by my work as well. Like I had my daughter attend because I didn't tell you, I have 2 assistants as well that help me when I do pop-up events or a big event that I'll share that I'm having this summer in Chicago. My 2 assistants wasn't able to make one of my events at the Black Girl Art Show in Chicago. So I had my daughter come, and she was my assistant, and she was amazed by the amount of people that came to my table, me networking, my work. She was like, Mom, I didn't realize you did all of this. So they understand where the passion lies. So they just let me do my thing, especially when I say, okay, I'm going to Naperville. They know what that means. I'm going to my studio. So I love that they're able to give me that space for mom or a wife to be creative. Let her do her thing, because I know she'll be back to jump back into family stuff, whether that's spending time with the family, making dinner, making lunches, and things like that.
So good. I love that. How do you balance all of that?
I don't know. My faith is really big, and I know God is a provider for me, and He gives me the ability to be able to balance it all. Like, I have a whole 9 to 5. I'm an executive assistant by day for a tech company, and that alone takes up the majority of my time. So from there, I try to give my business some space in the evenings, but then it's like, the evenings come around, I'm like, oh my God, I'm so tired. So I'm doing something business related, whether I'm reading a book or I am practicing florals in a notebook. I'm doing something. I might be in the bed with my husband with a notebook in my lap, and we're watching a movie and I'm practicing flowers. I'm doing something. I may not be like on a call, or I may not be tending to a client project, but I'm doing something related to my business, and that's in that spare time that I do have.
Yeah. And I think what I've also noticed especially within the last year or so, is that you're constantly learning and investing in yourself. Like, you're learning new letter forms, learning new pieces of art, learning how to bottle paint.
Yes.
But you're also learning how to be a better business owner. So tell us about that. Tell us about the investments that you've been making in yourself so far.
Oh my goodness. My first investment was, of course, you, Rosie. I said to myself, that's a lot of money that she wants me to give her. And I'm just being 100% transparent. And I said, can this woman really do this for me? Can she do what she's saying she's doing? Can I really scale my business? I'm asking myself all of these questions. And I said, Kristin, either you're going to do it or you're not. So what are we doing here? And you want to start this business, and she can help you. Obviously, she's been in the game a lot longer than you have. At least learn from her and get what you can, so you can also, scale your business as well. So I took that leap of faith and I joined TCA. And I think back then it was like five or seven of us, or maybe 10, not many. And the amount of...
There's 9 people.
Yeah, I knew it was like around that time. It was not many. And for now that I think it's like almost 150 of us, that, first of all, that speaks volumes for you. It speaks volumes for me, because now I have a community. I have a calligraphy community, and I can bounce ideas off of people. I can ask questions. I can also, give into the community as well. So taking that leap of faith and seeing that return on investment in my business, and that's just you alone, has been tremendous. Narrowing down, because one thing Rosie did, you guys, she had me narrow down my niche, because I'm like, I want to do this, that. And she's like, hold on, I need you to narrow it down. And in my mind, I'm like, no, I like these tumblers, or I like these t-shirts. But now I see the clearer picture, like, yes, I am narrowing down this niche, and where I can make more money in my business. Now I might do tumblers from here and there, especially for my friends. I actually did a few tumblers as wedding gifts for bridesmaids for a friend last year. So I will do them, but I am trying to get away from that. So that investment, and it is an investment that just keeps on giving as well. Year after year, I'm always learning something new. I don't know everything, so I'm still doing a lot of learning. Another investment that I made within my business, I hired another marketing business coach, because I am trying to make 6-figure months. Like, I'm not playing around when it comes to, my business. And I'm taking it very, very seriously. I am putting in the work. I am doing the marketing research. I am making the calls. I'm doing things that I didn't think I would ever have the courage to do, because I've always been very shy. I've been a very shy person. I mean, I can think back to when I used to be a Girl Scout and I used to sell the cookies and people would tell me no, they didn't want to buy it. I would take it personally and I didn't want to be a Girl Scout anymore. So just my own personal growth. And now you can tell me no, that just means it could be not right now, or you're not the client for me, or whatever that may look like. And I'm okay with it. You know, I'm definitely okay with this. So all of these investments that I'm making, I am seeing a change, not only in myself, but definitely in my business. So if I can give anybody any pieces of advice when it comes to investing in yourself, just do it. Just do it. You will see that return in investment. And you may not see it like that next day, but you will think long term. You have to think about the bigger picture. You will see it. Trust me. I remember Rosie was introducing like engraving. I'm like, oh my God, I can't do this. My hands were shaking. I didn't know what I was doing. But had I not made that initial investment in Rosie, I wouldn't have learned how to properly engrave on a bottle. And I'll give you an example. I was engraving on a champagne bottle that you are not supposed to do. You are not supposed to do that because of the pressures, and you don't want the bottle to explode in your face. So it's just like things like that. Like I just didn't know, but I was able to learn from not only Rosie, but also the TCA community. So invest in yourself. If that's the last thing that you take from this conversation, if you have something that you're passionate about and you want to spend the money, because it will come back to you twofold. My last piece of advice, like I am trying my hardest to continue to invest so I can buy a Glowforge Pro. I have been manifesting this machine for as long as I can remember. It is a very expensive machine. I think it's like $7,000, but don't you worry. One of my goals for this year is to have a Glowforge Pro by December 31st. So you check in with me as we get closer to the year. I bet you I'm gonna have that machine.
Yeah, I believe that. What do you want to do with it?
Oh my gosh. So when it comes to like signage for events, right now I'm using vinyl on my Cricut back here because I don't have a Glowforge where I'm able to have that raised 3D effect by cutting through the acrylic, which is a laser cutter for those that don't know what a Glowforge is. So right now I'm using vinyl. It's still gorgeous to say the least. However, I think I can enhance my like welcome signage and things like that when it comes to acrylic if I had that machine. So more to come on that.
Love it. I had the Glowforge. We actually still technically have it, but I personally don't really like it. But I also didn't really like the Cricut anyway, so I don't think the like machinery agrees with me. Like I love doing things by hand and just like being done with it, not having to worry about technology and turning things into SVG and things like that. So I'm just like, power to you, girl. I wish you the best, and I know you're going to be able to do it because you have the Cricut and you've had it for years. Yes. So, it's going to be amazing for you. It's going to be such a transformation. Definitely manifesting that for you.
Yes.
Cool. Well, thank you, Kristin, for sharing all of that amazing information. I know our viewers are absolutely loving this right now. This conversation is fire. I know you mentioned earlier that you have an event this summer. Yes. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yes. Oh my God. This is so near and dear to my heart, this event. So it is called the Summer Launch Soiree in Chicago. It will be held at Hughes Chicago, which is a cocktail lounge in the South Loop. It will be on July 15th from 11 to 3 p.m. and that's Central Time. I have VIP tickets and I have general admission tickets, and I have a treat for you. I do have programming. I'm doing a fireside chat with a couple of people from Meta. So you definitely want to be in the building and network with people, y'all. You just never know who's going to be in the building. I have some other surprises that I'm not going to share yet. I will probably when we get closer towards that event. And I'm also unveiling something really, really special for my business. Another little secret, another little surprise. So get your tickets. You can find them on my website, which is www.creative, and that's creative with a K, creativeblendsstudio.com. It's right there on the homepage. You cannot miss it. Big old RSVP sign as a call to action on my website. But I do hope,
and I will definitely link that down below too for you guys to be able to purchase the ticket and support Kristin. If you guys are in the Chicago area this summer, definitely hit her up. What are you going to be selling there?
Pretty much, it's more so of a showcase. So a lot of the signage that people will see around the venue will be all from me. So I want, because I'm really this is more so an education piece as well, because I don't believe a lot of people know what calligraphers actually do and how we can enhance, corporate events, other events as well. So this is another informational in a way, so they can understand and see like, hey, you can hire a calligrapher for a number of different events outside of weddings, outside of corporate events. We do baby showers and things of that nature. So just bringing awareness and letting people know that, hey, I am in the city and I am able to do XYZ for you.
Amazing. I love it.
Thank you.
Cool. So let's talk about like these, events that you do, like you do a lot of pop-ups and stuff. What tips do you have for people who want to do pop-ups?
So I have been doing a number of pop-ups due to the fact that I have a lot of inventory that I'm getting rid of. So as we previously talked about narrowing down my niche, I am sitting on a number of product like tumblers and things of that nature, and stemless wine glasses. And I remember doing my very first pop-up. I was so nervous. I'm like, I don't know if these people are gonna buy this stuff for me. And you have no idea how much people love things. I mean, like, people like little notebooks, they like pens, they like cups. Like, I had this one woman that said to me, that came up to my table at a pop-up and said, if my husband would kill me if I bring in one more cup. But she bought one of my custom mugs. And I'm like, okay, this might be something. This might be a hit. So like around fall, I did another pop-up shop because people love like those little camper mugs. So I just, put my creativity to it, and they sold out. So it's about learning what your audience loves and likes when it comes to those different pop-up shops. Even like the theme of the pop-up shop, you want to bring like maybe some items that matches the theme of the event itself. I'm actually doing, and I say my last, I always say my last, but I think this will be my last event. I'm doing a Pretty Girl Gala in June, and that'll be like my last like pop-up event. And as I kind of like look around my studio, I have a few items left for me to sell at this event. But as the months and the years rolled by, I started to do engraving on site, because what I've learned, people like personalized items. So I can't necessarily bring personalized items to an event. I don't know, their names or anything like that, or what special, words they may want on a piece of product, whether that's a tumbler or a glass. So I started to offer engraving so they can get whatever they want right here on the spot. A lot of people thought that I had to like take it off to maybe a machine or take it somewhere off site to perform. I'm like, no, I have my engraver right here and I'm able to, do the job right then and there. That's the one thing that just brings me joy, to see the faces of your clients or your customers when you have that finished product, and they are so blown away. They're like, oh my God, this is the greatest thing. That just fills my heart. So when they love it, then I know I did a good job.
Yeah, and that's literally the feeling that we're always chasing as calligraphers, especially like the on-site calligraphers. I love that feeling as well, and that's really what gives me the joy every single day. So I'm happy that you definitely found that.
Thank you.
Do you have any tips for, because we have a lot of people who are watching who have never had a calligraphy business before, or like this is just completely a new adventure for them. One of the things that really holds people back is imposter syndrome. So let's talk about that a little bit, because I know you're really good at motivational speaking, and I know our people would love to hear from you.
Yeah, because I've been there. When I was starting my business, I would see other calligraphers and I would compare my work to theirs. But as an artist, as a creator, you can't compare yourself to other people, because what you do is unique to you and only you. So I can give an example between like myself and Rosie. We have different styles, and both styles are okay. One style may attract one audience, and another style may attract another audience, and that's okay. But I never want people to like see my work and say, oh my God, she's so good, I wish I can be as good as her. No, you can be as good as me with your own style. I don't want people to really dive deep into seeing other work, or either want to copy, because we all know never to copy another artist's work, but have faith in yourself, have faith in what your skill set is and what you bring to the table for your audience and your people. Because what I do is unique to me, and what the next person does is unique to them. So I really want people to really focus in and hone in on like perfecting your craft, because I know that's what I definitely do. It's good to see what other people are doing. There's nothing wrong with that, and that may give you some inspiration to do something else. But as far as like the actual work that's being put in, it's not healthy to compare your work to somebody else's, because what you do is unique to you and only
yes
you.
Yes, 100%. Girl, Kristin, nailed it. Like, I swear, I say this all the time, but like, your style is unique to you, and people hire you because of your unique style. So if you have, if you like are really good at like Gothic calligraphy or italics calligraphy, and you see most of the internet doing modern calligraphy, there's no reason that you have to go and copy what everyone else is doing. Like, you can rebrand and make this style your style, because not everyone does Gothic or italics or whatever it is. So brands actually do hire you because of your specific style and what you can provide to the table. Like, don't try to pretend and to be someone else. Use your special power and create the business that is authentic to you. And you're going to have a business that is, it reflects you as a person and is, profitable and all that as well. So it really does come down to branding, and it comes down to just believing in yourself and having, not looking at what everyone else is doing and trying to imitate them, but being authentic to you specifically. I love that. Thank you so much for saying that, Kristin.
Yes, ma'am. And if I could add one thing to that, going back to, doing what's best for you, I have a little secret to tell everybody. I am a calligrapher that I despise the pointed pen and the ink. I don't do it. Don't ask me to do it, because I can't do it. I have practiced. I have looked at classes. I just cannot do. I am more modern with the brushes and with my iPad, and that is okay. So if there's a medium that you truly, truly love, like, really dive deep into that and hone in on that. And it's okay if you're not like the other calligrapher doing, whatever mediums he or she are doing. It's okay, because I am not the one that used pointed pen and ink at all.
Yes, that's totally okay. Totally okay, because you can always rebrand that. And plus, you do engraving. So like, I feel like that's harder than pointed pen. Oh my gosh, Kristin, it's been such a pleasure having you on the call today. I know our viewers took a lot of information from you, and I definitely see you as a role model, especially for someone who helped me start the Craft Academy. Every time you come on our coaching calls, people love it. They love your energy. So for anyone else who wants to learn from Kristin or wants to follow Kristin and her journey, where can people find you?
They can find me on Instagram at Kreative Blends, also on Facebook, Kreative Blends Studio, or my website that Rosie posted below.
Definitely. And I have one last question to close out the interview.
Yes.
And I ask this for everyone. What would you tell yourself, when you first started your business, knowing what you know now? Oh my gosh.
I would tell myself, do not doubt yourself, and always strive to be the best. And I say that because never in a million years did I think I would work with luxury brands such as Nordstrom, Tory Burch, even with Meta. Like, never did I think anybody would hire me to do work for them. So, especially just thinking back on how, like, where I started, it wasn't the greatest. But again, I was just starting off. So I would tell myself to believe in myself and just trust the process, because you're gonna be a badass at the end.
Yes. I love it. Thank you so much, Kristin.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming on and sharing your expertise. I know that the future is going to be so bright for you. I'm excited to see where things go, and I look forward to supporting you.
Thank you, Rosie. Love and hugs to you as well. I appreciate you helping me on my journey. Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course. And of course, for anyone else who is watching, don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Bye.